I'm broke, and the cost of furniture is astronomical now. But I still want a bougie home, so I can finally stop acting like I live in IKEA. So I'm making a designer dresser in 24 hours to show you that there's no way furniture should cost that much. The goal? The dresser I make has to be worth at least $1,000 for it to be considered designer. Because it's not designer unless it's insanely expensive. So I woke up at 10 a.m. the next day to start this challenge. But as I was in the middle of doing my morning routine, I had a frightening realization. I don't have a dresser. Oh no. So I quickly got to work trying to find one, and I found the perfect candidate for our project. But she had a timer running on her because it was first come, first serve. But just to be sure, I asked the woman if it was still available, and she said it was, but that means we have to leave right now. All right guys, we're getting pretty close here. I'm praying that it is still here. I'll have to turn this corner. Really hope it's here. Oh, I see it. I see it. Here it is. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, those are doors. Feels so weird doing this in front of her house. Oh look, it can hold wine. Okay, this thing is in really, really good shape. So let's go grab it. So I may have overestimated my abilities. This was low-key embarrassing. I stood on this random woman's curb for like 10 minutes until her husband came outside to help me.
Is this gonna fit?
Yeah, it'll fit.
For sure.
I want to give a quick shout out to Dave because he didn't have to help me. I was just a random person from Facebook Marketplace playing in his driveway. I could have been a serial killer, but he would have been fine because he's a police officer. But still, thank you, Dave. We secured the piece. I know you guys saw me struggling there. They could have easily sold this piece for like a cool 300. I don't know if they knew that. Some people don't really know that. That's why I was a bit surprised that they are giving it away for free. We are now in my humble backyard where we have now acquired a dresser. Yay, yay, go us. And typically this is half the battle, finding a dresser for us to refinish. That killed about 2 hours of time. We're roughly at 11:20 right now. Slay, period. So not a lot of time, and as you guys can tell, it's very windy. So I just kind of want to jump right into this dresser. I'm starting off with my prep work, which will include cleaning and sanding, just getting this dresser ready to be painted. You can tell that they took really great care of this thing. Oh, shh. Just like how I will. There's a lot of like random marks on this dresser. Like it's weird because it's pristine in like many other places. Something happened. She has a story to tell. I did not know that that came out. Pretty cool, makes my job a lot easier. I don't know if it's true marble. I know a lot of people are gonna tell me it was perfect the way it was. Then why was it in the trash? Riddle me that, Batman. Some people prime the whole thing. I technically sanded the whole thing, so that's like priming. This is basically like an extra layer of defense. So we're gonna let this dry. It takes 2 hours of drying time, which sucks, but that's okay because we're gonna go grab some lunch and then we will be back to paint. So welcome back. As you can see, my outfit has changed and now we have paint. And the sun is shining down on us, so that means we must be doing something right painting over this gorgeous wood. And it's not a huge mistake that I'm making. And I'm gonna be using baby blue and white, and I think you have a really good idea on what I'm mimicking. The sky. If you don't get it, it's the sky. So let's get right into it. I lied. We had to tape this. There was so much freaking glass that we had to tape both the back and the front, which is fine. But now we're actually painting. I lied earlier, but now I'm not lying anymore. Doesn't it count when you're honest after lying? Two things of paint. So now we just finished our hand painting. I'm so exhausted and so cold, but we're gonna keep on persevering through. I'm gonna let this dry. Sorry if I'm a little delirious right now. And then we're gonna come back in 2 hours.
2 hours later.
Actually, I ran out of paint. That's how much paint I have left. Not a lot of paint. I have to go back to the store. It's around 5 p.m. I think we still have a little bit more daytime, which is really nice. So I am doing this in 24 hours. I swear to God. It sucked that I ran out of paint, but it wasn't gonna be too much of a setback. So I perused through my local paint store, only to discover that they actually didn't have the exact paint that I was looking for, which sucked for a second time in a row. So I drove again to a second paint store that was like 30 minutes away. This lack of planning caused me to lose about 2 hours of time, and we were #blessed that this store had the paint that we needed. I don't know what I would have done if they didn't have it. Welcome back. I got a brand new can of paint because I was stupid and didn't buy enough. This happens a lot here. Yeah, I just burped in my mask.
The camera got covered in paint.
Yeah, that camera needs to be wiped. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Now we wait. Again, another hour will have to go by.
2 hours later.
You can just claim it's art if you think it looks bad. That's the best part about art. One step closer. It's so freaking cold outside. We had to throw on our jackets and mittens, and I had to dilute my paint with water. It's like 25 degrees. Ridiculous how much the temperature has dropped. But we started a fire, even though it's mainly smoke. AJ tried his best, but it's keeping us warm and suffocating us a little bit. So best of both worlds here. Cool. Hi, Lulu. You enjoying it? The dogs love it so far, huh? Oh, where am I supposed to go? It's such a weird feeling because when I look at it, I'm like, oh, it looks good. But while I'm brushing it, I'm like, oh, this is so ugly. Isn't that weird? You know, I'm a huge imperfectionist. So whenever I'm painting, I get like these weird lines like here. I get really anxious. I learned that painting isn't ever gonna be perfect. A lot of things aren't ever gonna be perfect. Why get all caught up in the tiny little lines? And there's so many big, beautiful ones that you've also created. Ta-da! Milo approves! Don't you, Stinky? I'm so cold. Give me some of your husky fur.
No.
We have one more place to go. That is inside. Yo, sus? Sus? Let's open her up. Once I got done painting the white swirls on the dresser, I felt like it was missing some designer allure to it. So I'm making it look like that someone took this dresser and literally dipped it in gold. If that doesn't scream designer, then I don't know what will. And there are plenty of techniques to apply gold to a dresser. This way is the easiest and laziest version of doing that. And the excuse I'm going with is that we're short on time. I just really don't want to do it the hard way. So it's snowing, so we had to stop flipping and I had to cover the piece so it doesn't get stained by either the ash of the fire or the snow. I don't know if you can see it. It's like floating around me. I will be back outside at around 9 p.m. It's supposed to get a little bit heavier and then it's supposed to stop. I'll see you guys back here at 9 p.m.
Later that night.
Did you hear that? Oh my God. I don't know if you guys know, but I live in a wetland area. There's definitely some coyotes out here. Should we go check it out? Do you think they're out there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. We just have to make sure that it's safe to be out here. Let's go see. Don't mind the wood on the ground and the axe. I know it's kind of ominous. Do you see anything? They like to hide in the long grass here just because it's easy to sneak through like the neighborhood without people really seeing you. And they blend right in. I think we might be okay. It's pretty late. It's like 10 p.m. right now. Yeah, let's go. Good morning. How you guys doing? It's now the next morning, roughly about 9:30 a.m. Still like super windy out. I went inside because I got really scared of the coyotes. You can judge me for that. I don't really care because anyone else would do the same. All I have to do left is seal this piece. So I have about 30 minutes to do that. We don't have that much time, so we're just jumping right into using our polyurethane. I don't typically spill it everywhere, but it was so freaking windy outside that it just went all over the place. Also, I put you guys inside because I don't want y'all to get sprayed with this polyurethane. Now this is the most satisfying part about furniture flipping. Being able to rip off all the tape and all the stupid plastics that you have on it. You can really start to get an idea of what your piece looks like once you take all the junk off. But don't you worry, because your guys' final look into what this dresser looks like is coming up in 3, 2. She's so pretty. Ah! Here she is, absolutely stunning. As you can see, I went with the baby blue with a lot of white swirls all over the place. And obviously it needs a luxurious look. So I dipped it in gold. Not literally dipped it in gold, but you know, it looks like it was dipped in gold. First time I flipped a dresser, it probably took me about a month to do. And this took me 24 hours. How are we going to determine whether this dresser is worth $1,000? Super easy way. I posted in my local town group asking for their opinions on whether or not they think this dresser is worth $1,000 or below $1,000. Take this with a grain of salt. I love it when an insult starts with take this with a grain of salt because you know you're about to get some whiplash. I'd put it well under $1,000 if you're trying to sell it. You may also want to look into replacing the hardware to match the brass gold bottom. Very well said, Brett. Majority of the comments here are about what they would do with the dresser instead of giving me what they think the price is. Which I think is pretty funny. Guys, I didn't ask what you would do with it. I asked if you think this is a designer dresser. I can't change anything about the dresser. I already have a TV sitting on it and an Xbox. Jason said, $1,000 is a stretch, but you did a good job. Thank you, Jason. Fares, I think that's his name, said, a bottle of water is $1 at 7-Eleven and $6 at O'Hare. Same bottle. Different market. As Donald Trump once said, sell the sizzle. I love that he bullet pointed his points, even though there were only 2 points. I appreciate a man that has some organizational skills. Paul said, concept was there, but the paintwork looks amateurish. $300 maybe. If it were all white with a darker tabletop, $600 to $700. Interesting. It seems like everyone has their own preferences to what they would buy and how much they're willing to spend on a look that they want. I need to throw in a compliment here because my ego's so bruised. Dawn said, giving you credit for putting yourself out there. Good luck with everything. Appreciate the sentiment. It looks like everyone was saying that at max, this dresser would be worth around $500, which is pretty high because I've sold dressers in this area before for like $300, $400 before. But I've also seen furniture go for up to $1,000 in my area. Looks like we didn't cut it this time. The number 1 comment I'm gonna take away is Christopher's. Thank you for saving this from the landfill and fixing it up. The earth thanks you as well. You're welcome, earth. Hashtag blessed. Thanks for sticking along with me on this journey. I hope to save another piece of furniture from the landfill. It's for you, Christopher.